Alright, I'm back. Are you okay? Are we good? Are we good? So where did we leave off? Fourth bus? Okay, so, third bus. Okay, so to recap, third bus. Okay, so I'm a nervous kid, fourth bus. Alright, so third bus, broken bathroom, have to switch buses. We're there for 4 hours. At this point, all of our teachers are out talking in the parking lot away from all the kids. Nervously, they're smoking. Only 2 of them really smoked. The third one just decided to pick up smoking because she was so nervous. She was already pissed off about this whole trip. She just decided to say, screw it, pick up on smoking. So she's out there smoking with the 2 guys. And I went over, and I was, like I said, I was a nervous kid, and I really had to shit. Like, the demon of all demons was coming out. It was rumbling. It wasn't quite Hershey, but it was close. It was real close. Alright? So I'm going up to Mr. Dunbar, and I love Mr. Dunbar. He's one of my favorite teachers of all time. Love that man. He's about 450 pounds, but I love the man to death. He was one of the greatest teachers ever. Nice guy. I went up to him, I said, Mr. Dunbar, I've got a situation right now. I really, truly, I'm going to implode if I don't get to use the washroom real quick. And he said, he looked at me, and like, keep in mind, all the teachers were sour at the bus terminal, and the people and the employees there. He put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, Adam, you go use the bathroom in bus number 3. And I looked at him and my eyes were shining and I could tell, and he kind of grinned at me, and I knew his evil plan. And I said, sir, I called all my teachers sir at the time. I said, sir, I can do that for you. I am on your side. I will do this. And I marched over to that bus and I stealth climbed in. Wasn't even supposed to be in that thing. Stealth climbed into that third bus, went to the washroom, and unleashed the demon of all demons. It was amazing. I got there. Can you guys still hear me? Somebody's saying the stream's dead. Yeah, we're good? Alright, great. If you lost it, just... Alright, I'm gonna keep my own stream up here for the duration of this shit. This is getting pretty annoying. It's there. It's up. Great. Okay, so, massive shit. Huge shitception. But it's flowing out of me. I'm gripping the sides of the walls. There is music playing in the background. Angels are singing. God himself patted me on the back and said, good job, son. And I got off that bus. I stealth got off that bus again. And I went over to Dunbar and I said, sir, it's done. He looked at me and said, good job, my son. Now get on the 4th bus. And so I got on that 4th bus, and we all sat down and we were ready to go. And once again, we're sitting down, and this has been 5 hours now. We were at the terminal for 5 hours. We were supposed to be in Cape Breton long ago. We were supposed to be in the hotel long time ago. And now we're just getting to the hotel. We get into the bus, we drive to the hotel. It takes a while. It takes another 4 hours or so. So we get there at nighttime, long after we were supposed to. And the guys even the guys at the hotel were going, aren't you guys supposed to be here a while ago? Like, we almost filled the rooms up. And so we went and we got in, and we all got into our rooms and we unpacked like some of our overnight stuff, and we were all getting ready to go. It was supper time at that point. So we got into the dining room, and we had the dining room to ourselves, because this was after what was actually supposed to be dinner time at the place. And so we're in there, and we have 2 choices. We can either have fish and chips, or we can have lasagna. And I'm sitting there, and I love me some fish and chips. I love me some fish and chips. I've been in the hunt for the greatest fish and chips on the planet for many years, even at this point in time. And I said, I want me some friggin' fish and chips. And so I went with the fish and chips, and so I got the fish and chips. Everybody else, you know, they pick what they want, and we're all sitting there and we're eating. And my best friend my best friend, and if you saw him in the pictures, I'll show him before, he's the guy who likes to lift his shirt up in like every picture from like junior high and shit, and the one that Jeff is like, has his mouth on his nipple. If you didn't see that picture, I'm sure somebody screen capped it, and so whatever. I'm not showing it again, but him, alright? Name's Ryan. And so he went with the lasagna, and I went with the fish and chips. He was sitting way across the room. I'm sitting with another group, and I'm eating away, and I'm enjoying it. It was actually really good fish and chips, and I'm enjoying myself. And all of a sudden, there's this massive ruckus. Everybody's going nuts, and I can hear coughing and wheezing and like hard heaving. And I look over, and here's Ryan. Everybody's surrounding him. I walk over, and it's Ryan choking on lasagna. The lasagna, like, you know, in lasagna, if it's not done right, the top of it's really hard and crusty and dry, and so he's choking on this lasagna right now, and he's choking hard, like he is blue in the face, and he's just heaving, dry heaves and coughing and everything, trying to get it out, and eventually he just hacks everywhere, just barfs everywhere, like he dry heaves enough that he just threw up everywhere. The lasagna gets dislodged, but he throws up everywhere, and everybody just gives him a wide berth, and he's just giving her. Finally gets it out, and everybody backs up, and they come in, they clean it up, and everybody somehow, the people who still have a stomach after that, go back to eating. And so we're all sitting there, and the teachers are kind of freaking out because shit's still going crazy. And so the next thing happens. We're all sitting and we're finishing, we're having dessert at this point, and people have, like, there's, you know, on the tables a lot of times they have bowls with little cups of cream for your coffee and stuff like that, creamers and stuff. And so there's a bunch of them there. And I don't know how this happened. I really don't know how this happened. Okay, well, here's the thing. Alright, I'll do an illustration for this. It really doesn't need an illustration, but here's the room, okay? And here's some tables. This is kind of what the setup was like. There was a whole bunch in the back room. There was kind of like a wall here and here, and then I was over in this side, and there's a bunch of other tables here. Okay. I can't do this for all the parts of the story because I was here in this red square, and Ryan was back here. So I can't. I won't do this for everything because it'd take forever. But anyway, out of nowhere, we're all sitting having dessert. Out of nowhere, like an open cup of cream comes flying over the room from this direction. Like comes through the door and comes down here in my direction. Sails over my head. Okay? Sails over my head. And I was like, I'm looking around, I'm going, where the hell did that even come from? Where the hell and then all of a sudden, I'm going to use a different color here, then all of a sudden, a second cream comes over my way and goes over my head again, and I'm going, what, does somebody have it out for me? And then all of a sudden, this table, somebody goes, oh man, they throw theirs, then this table sees it, they throw it at theirs, then this table... Cream! Empty cream containers are just everywhere. Shit's just getting real. Cream is just covering the walls every direction. Up and down. Cream everywhere. Shit gets real. Okay? Shit gets real. The teachers weren't in the room at the time. Alright? The teachers come in. The door's right here. The teachers walk in, and Dunbar's standing here. And there's still cream flying everywhere. Nobody has noticed that Dunbar, the teacher, has entered the room. Okay? He's just standing there. And he's observing all this shit. And he's looking around, and he's kind of got his arms... I'm sitting... You have to remember, I'm sitting right here. This is me sitting here. And I'm seeing him walk into the room. And I'm watching. I didn't throw one cup of cream, because I knew Dunbar was going to come into the room eventually, and he gets angry. And so he walks in, and he's standing here watching all this, and I'm watching him watching all this. And he's got his arms folded, and he's just looking back and forth, and he's looking at the chaos that's ensuing. And all of a sudden, he just stops, and looks down at the floor, and he just stops, pauses for a second. And I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. I almost got, my hands ready to cover my ears up. He just said, "Everybody fucking stop what they're doing right damn now! Screams it, unleashes, and he has a booming voice. This guy has a voice that carries further than mine. It is strong as hell. He's been a teacher for years. He used that voice, swore and everything. Stop. And everybody, instantly, at that point there was still shit flying everywhere, cream going every which direction. And as soon as he said that, it all stopped. And one last lonely cream just went across the room and hit the ground, and then it was dead silence. And everybody was like, oh my god, we're gonna die. We're actually gonna die. We're away from home, our parents are nowhere to be found, nobody can hear us scream. We're gonna die. This is the end. And so we just took our punishment. He took us into our rooms and talked to us one at a time, and you could hear him through the entire hotel tearing strips off people. And anyway, so that's night one. All right, night one is over. Next day, we get up, and it's time to go. It's time to go over to Newfoundland. So we get up the next day. Alright, I'm going to back up some of this stuff and use this square for other things. No, the stuff does not happen every one of the 9 days, or the stuff that I'm going to say doesn't happen like every single day. So, next day comes up. We walk outside. Alright, okay, you know what? I'm going to get creative. This is going to be a window now. I get up in my part of the hotel or whatever, and I'm looking. You know, I draw the curtains, and I'm looking out the window. Alright? And this is a motel on the water, okay? So, this is the edge of the cliff. Oh, no, wait, that's not the one I just want to brush. This is the edge of the cliff over here, alright? And the road goes across and up here. And this is all water out here. You can see it, okay? This is all water. I'm just gonna give her here. No, that's not gonna work. Close enough. You know it's water. You know how you know it's water? Because I'm gonna do this. It's water. All right. So I'm looking outside. This is grass and stuff in the road. All right. Okay. Close enough. So. You can see it outside, and it is the shittiest day. The shittiest day you have ever seen. Rain is sheeting. I mean, like, it wasn't even... Like, okay, so... Rain normally kind of does this. You look out your window, and rain is kind of doing, you know, this little vertical droplet stuff. No, none of that crap. No, we weren't so. No, there was none of that. It was like hurricane force winds, and the rain was doing this. It was flying from left to right. There was no. I think the ground might have been dry. I don't even think the rain hit the ground. I think it legitimately just kept going on infinitely, forever and ever and ever, and it never even hit the friggin' ground. So anyway. Oh, gotta get that back up there. So anyway, I'm looking outside and it's like that. And like I said, we're going over to Newfoundland, and we have to get on a ferry to get to Newfoundland. Okay, so we go down to the ferry terminal. So we get down to the ferry terminal. Everybody's drenched, like soaking wet. We're inside. We're waiting for our ferry to go. And there's an arcade in there. I played a little bit of arcade, and I was kind of getting bored and everything. And, you know, I decided to go out and look outside again and see how everything was doing. And you could see, like, I went out to another window, and you could see, outside of this window, alright, I'm going to do my best to illustrate this. It's going to be terrible. Let's see. From over here, it kind of looked like this. The scale is going to be terrible, because you can't scale it very well in here. We're going to do this. And I came over here and went over here somewhere, and okay, that's good enough. Good enough. I'll have to scale it with cars. So this is a car here, and there's a car here, and there's a car here, and then there's a lineup of cars here, and behind these other cars. Okay, and I'm looking outside at the time, and this is all.